Those of you that are stealing Netflix or borrowing someone's password, you have no problem with that joke. But the reality is, Jesus talks about treasure. He says, don't store up for yourselves treasures on this earth in Matthew 6, verse 19. But store up for yourselves treasures where? In heaven, where moth can't eat away, thieves can't break into steal, rust can't decay. Yet I look at the things in my life that I've taken to Goodwill, or I've sold on eBay, or I have just been outdated and I couldn't wait to get them, and I've stored up stuff in the wrong place. And hope never goes to the right place when we treasure the wrong things. We got to see through the eyes of Christ. The reality is people are treasure. Can we just put on the eyes of Christ and look around real quick? Look in this arena. This is treasure. People. You're never going to go to the grave thinking about the things you had. You're going to go to the grave thinking about the people you had those things with. Store it up in people. Invest in people. That's what treasure is. That's what I love about Toby. For so many years, it's not just been about songs, but do you realize it's about souls? People are treasure. Don't forget it. I met a police officer at one of our shows. And can we just give it up for all our police officers that are here tonight? He walked up to me, he said, Pastor Eric. I said, yes, sir. He goes, I want to talk to you. I was like, about what? He started to say, I want to change this little girl's life. See, what we do at our shows, and all of our shows, we invite you into changing the world with us. Because this can't just be a concert, this has got to be a movement of hope across the world. And we got to see the world the way Jesus does. This police officer just said he wanted to rescue this little girl's in my hand. I was holding a packet of a little picture, and I said, sir, that's amazing. You just got to fill out this form. And I started giving him the directions, and he said, I know what to do. I said, okay. He gets to the spot where he's going to sign his name, and he starts to weep. And I said, what is wrong, sir? And he says, you don't understand, Pastor Eric. And I looked into his eyes and I said, what don't I understand, sir? Am I frozen on the screen right now? Man, that's a good haircut. I said, what don't I understand, sir? He said, what you don't understand, Pastor Eric, is when I was a little boy, you came to my village and you took a picture of me and I sat on a table like this. And somebody in an arena like this at a concert picked up my picture and filled out my form. And I'm here as a U.S. citizen. I've taken a vow to serve and protect these people. I have fallen in love with Jesus, and I want to sponsor that little girl with my little girl because someone treasured me. We got to see like Jesus. Amen? You hear about these things because they work, by the way. We've been partnering with Food for the Hungry for 9 years, and it has changed the world. Call us old-fashioned, but the reason why we partner with Food for the Hungry is because it's not just giving people fish, it's teaching people how to fish. And that makes a difference. Only 5% of every dollar actually goes to administrative costs. The rest actually goes to impact these kids' lives. We got to see them like Jesus. Louisiana, I'm telling you, the poor of this world, Jesus says, they'll always be among you. You know why he said that? Because we got to see them as Jesus does. The people I'm talking about right now, someone's son, someone's daughter, they're not a statistic or someone else's problem. They are our mission. It hits deepest for them too. And we remember those that can't be here tonight with us. There's a little girl, her name is Jessica, and I want to take you through her world through her eyes. I recently went to Guatemala, and I'm going to tell you her story. And as an artist, I wanted to film something for you because I think sometimes we can see better than we can hear. And so how do you see the world for just the next couple minutes? Just see the world through Jesus' eyes and just keep hearing the words from Jesus' teachings in Matthew 6:19 that people are treasured. I want to tell you her story. This is Jessica. She's a girl that grew up in Guatemala. And her mom and dad work all the time, like many of you. She's got 3 siblings. She gets up in the morning every day, and her family, well, they now pray to Jesus. It wasn't always that way, but Christ has entered this home because somebody in a room like this invited their home into theirs. She does laundry, a lot of laundry. How many of you parents do a lot of laundry? She does the hard things too. She helps around the house. She even has an opportunity now to run this little small business that we helped her launch. She's got neighborhood customers. She grew up in a part of the world where she had to go get water. Her community only got water once or twice a week. And it wasn't the kind of water you could drink. It was the kind of water that would make you sick. And if they ran out, what would they do? But that's where she would go get it. Miles from her house to bring this water back to her family. She would give it to her mom and they would have what they need. Not for the entire week, but maybe just for a couple days. In Guatemala, where she was, there was a huge flood that ruined all of the fields, flooded her school, ruined the churches that were there. But the worst thing that happened in her life is this little girl's mom got really sick. Like she was gonna die. And I know what disease, and I know what cancer is like in the front row of my own life and yours too. But I get to take my loved ones to a hospital. There was no medical center. There was no school. It was ruined. Most of the kids in her age have to quit school at the age of the 5th grade. But then you need to know this, Hit Steve fam. It all changed. These girls, all 3 of them, were sponsored by people in a room like this.